Testing 1, 2, 3.
brownish, but not really brown. That's the idea. So when you look at me, say brownish.
Yeah.
I really like it. Yeah.
Hey, I sent this cookie form on it with a bunch of other stuff.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, and the COVID came along and
right, good morning. Welcome to the Public Service Commission's administrative meeting for May 29th, 2024. First item is approving the minutes from our meeting of May 22nd, 2024. Commissioner Sushman.
Aye.
Commissioner Barbe.
Aye.
Commissioner Richard.
Aye.
I vote aye.
Mr. Chair, at the outset, we will be deferring item number 5 to a future administrative meeting. There are 4 items on today's consent agenda. Item number 1 is a notice of bond cancellation for Blue Sky Energy Power LLC. Item number 2 is a bond cancellation for Onyx Energy LLC. Item number 3 is a notice from Think Big Networks LLC of participation in certain financing arrangements. And item number 4 consists of updated SOS rates for Baltimore Gas and Electric Company.
Okay, regarding item number 1, I move that we cancel the company's electricity supplier license. Commissioner Sushman?
Aye.
Commissioner Barbe?
Aye.
Commissioner Richard?
Aye.
I vote aye. Item 2, I move that we cancel the company's electricity and natural gas supplier license. Commissioner Sushman?
Aye.
Commissioner Barbe?
Aye.
Commissioner Richard?
Aye.
I vote aye. Regarding item 3, I move that we note the filing by Think Big Networks LLC. Commissioner Sushman?
Aye.
Commissioner Barbe?
Aye.
Commissioner Richard?
Aye.
I vote aye. And item 4, I move we accept the tariff provisions for filing with an effective date of June 1, 2024. Commissioner Sushman?
Aye.
Commissioner Barbe?
Aye.
Commissioner Richard?
Aye.
I vote aye.
Item number 6 on the administrative agenda is a request from Harris Design and Construction Company and RA Solar LLC for a temporary limited waiver of COMAR.
Good morning, Commissioners. Harrison Scher on behalf of staff. On April 24th, 2024, Harris Design Construction Company and Ross Solar LLC filed a request to waive Community Solar Pilot Program's co-location regulations to enable an additional 3 megawatts of community solar generating capacity, bringing the total capacity of the project in Frederick County to 5 megawatts. The additional capacity would not become operational until 2026, well into the permanent program phase. The company requested that the Commission waive COMAR 2062-0308A as permitted by COMAR 2062-0308E2 for good cause shown. House Bill 908, now enacted as Chapter 652 Laws of Maryland 2023, changed the Public Utilities Article 7306.2 D13 to raise the cap on co-located projects to 5 megawatts for the permanent community solar program. Because the project would raise its total capacity to 5 megawatts, it is appropriate to waive the co-location requirements. The General Assembly has prioritized achieving the goal set out in the Clean Energy Jobs Act of 2019, which includes a 14.5% carve-out for in-state solar generation by 2030. The clear intent of the legislature is to remove co-location restrictions from community solar projects to facilitate the success of the state's solar energy generation. And recently, on April 19th, the Commission issued Order 91-100, issuing a limited market-wide waiver of COMAR 2062-0308A, applicable to projects applying for the permanent community solar program that would meet the revised co-location requirements of the PUA for the limited purpose of applying for interconnection approval. This project is a perfect example of why the Commission issued this order. Staff concludes that good cause exists to grant the co-location waiver pursuant to Order 91-100 and COMAR 2062-0308E2 and enable Ross Solar to co-locate an additional 3 megawatts of community solar generating system.
Okay, any questions for staff? Anybody here for Harris Design? Okay, any questions for the company? Actually, why don't you just come and, just for the record, just come to that podium and just tell us who you are and
My name is Shakil Siddiqui. I am the owner of Ra Solar LLC,
oh, okay, all right.
also the Harris Design, which develops,
Right.
owned by the same family.
Okay. And I guess for staff, so Potomac Edison's fine with this arrangement, I take it, since they're not here?
They just wanted this waiver before they
Yeah.
start.
No, I understand that, though. I
Okay.
just want,
I have not reached out to Potomac Edison.
but you haven't heard from them that there's any problem, so.
I have not,
Yeah,
no.
okay, that's fine. Okay, with that, I move that we grant the requested waiver of Comar 20.62.03.08A for Ross Solar LLC to co-locate an additional 3 megawatts of community solar generating capacity. Commissioner Sussman.
Aye.
Commissioner Barve.
Aye.
Commissioner Richard.
Aye.
I vote aye.
Thank you.
Very much.
Item number 7 is a proposal from Columbia Gas of Maryland, Inc. to update its WarmWise low-income usage reduction program.
Good morning, Chair and Commissioners. Paige Shaw on behalf of staff. On April 26, 2024, Columbia filed its proposal to update its WarmWise low-income usage reduction program and its revised EE rider effective June 2024 through May 2025. The proposed EE rider surcharge in the filing will replace the existing surcharge effective May 30th, 2024. Columbia is proposing an EE rider of 0.00181 cent per therm, which would be a monthly bill increase of 0.1379 cents to residential customers. This is due to Columbia using the $50,432.74 of unspent funds from the 2023-2024 program year and requesting an additional $90,000 for a total budget of $140,432.74. The Columbia is forecasting it will be able to weatherize around 27 homes for the upcoming program year. Staff has several concerns with this proposed program budget, projected participation, and proposed surcharge. Staff is not confident the company will reach the proposed 27 participants, nor spend the total $140,432 proposed budget. As outlined in staff's comments, Columbia has not spent over $50,000 of its budget since the 2018-2019 program year and has only reached an average of 8 customers per year over the last 5 years. Given the recent history of the program, staff recommends the Commission set the surcharge to 0 and require Columbia to use the 2023-2024 carryover budget of $50,432.74 to execute the 2024-2025 program, and if more budget is needed, the company can request an adjustment. Staff's recommendation collects $0 from customers. However, since the 2023-2024 surcharge was a refund to customers, there will be a slight increase of 0.0112 cents to customers' monthly bills. Additionally, staff has spoken with Columbia, and the company is agreeable to staff's recommendation and has filed updated calculations and tariff pages reflecting staff's recommendation in mail log number 309855. Therefore, staff recommends that the Commission approve Columbia's WarmWise low-income usage reduction program with the changes recommended by staff and accept for filing Columbia's revised EE rider filed in mail log number 309855 effective May 30th, 2024. Additionally, the Office of People's Counsel filed comments on this case on May 28, 2024 in mail log number 309895. And with that, staff is available for any questions.
So, any questions for staff? Commissioner Sussman.
Good morning, Ms. Page. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So the 50,000 that was not spent, you're recommending that may be moved over and that be used for the 2024-2025 period. And do you know how many customers they would be able to serve with the 50,000?
With their recent history, it seems about 11 customers is when they spent around 49,000. They reached about 11 customers.
Okay.
So I'd expect something similar.
Okay. So, and according to your buck sheet, they've been running a weatherization program of some kind since 1995. So they have a long history of running these programs. Under the current program, the $140,000 is expected to serve 27 customers. Do you know why they are not able to meet that sort of, that threshold of 27 customers?
Columbia could speak better, but I believe they've had issues since the pandemic. They just, when that shut everything down, people weren't letting anyone into their homes. Because I believe before that, their last, they reached 29 customers, I think, before that.
Okay.
In 2017, 2018. And then since that shut everything down and people weren't, allowing strangers into their homes, I don't think they've been able to pick back up.
Okay, but they had been running a successful
Yes.
program before that, so it was sort of COVID that caused the problem. Okay. All right, I will ask the company some additional questions about that. Thank you.
So, any other questions for staff? So, right
Good
ahead.
morning. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Nicole Zeichner, Assistant People's Counsel, on behalf of the Maryland Office of People's Counsel. OPC filed a letter in this matter simply to state our support of staff's position that Columbia utilized the $50,432 in carryover funds from the last program year for their program this year as they attempt to scale their program. They can certainly request an adjustment if they are successful in scaling their program. We also raised an additional concern, which we did attempt to work out in advance with Columbia. Our concern is that the subcontractors who perform the work are not the same individuals who perform the quality inspection of the work. We just feel that this could present a conflict of interest, and because this is a ratepayer-funded program, we want to be extra certain that an additional party is performing this inspection. I have since spoken with Columbia's counsel, and I understand that the plan is to use the weatherization assistance program providers who will contract with subcontractors to perform the work, and then the weatherization assistance program providers will actually inspect the work or will assure that it's completed. We would just like to ensure that that includes a quality control inspection, and that has not yet been clarified with Columbia. And we would ask respectfully that the Commission ensure that that inspection includes a final quality control inspection. Thank you, and I'm available for any questions.
Any questions, Commissioner Fleischman?
So I'm assuming that that if we were to ask Columbia, for example, to come back in 6 months and to give us a sense of how the program is going, and it looks like they have the 11 customers that staff thinks they will be able to serve with the 50,000, would OPC be supportive of scaling up the program to be able to serve the full 27 customers?
I would hate to speak without speaking further with the office, but I suspect yes.
Okay.
We don't see a reason to charge ratepayers for something that may or may not be able to be scaled. We did examine the program design, and that was our concern with the program design. So I expect that we would support that if they've shown that they can scale the program.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, anybody here from Columbia? Oh, okay.
You're taller than I am. Good morning. Tammy Revere, representing Columbia Gas. I'm the Customer Outreach and Education Coordinator. I oversee obtaining customers to participate in the program, and I'm here to answer any questions that I can.
All right, actually, let me start with one. So according to the filing, you're going to utilize the weatherization program entities in Washington and Allegheny counties, correct?
Correct.
And who are they? What are the organizations? Do you know offhand?
HRDC?
Okay, so are they governmental entities or nonprofits?
I'll have to get back to you on that. I apologize.
Okay, all right. So what about this concern from OPC about overseeing the quality of the work done? What's the company's view on
We-
making sure that, we get what we pay for, so to speak?
The homes that are weatherized are checked by the company who does the weatherization to make sure that the homes are safe, the work is done correctly. Then we have an auditor go in for 25% of the homes to spot check to make sure they're done to even higher standards. But the initial auditing of them by the companies that do it is for safety, is to make sure they're done right. So we are in there, we are auditing, we're making sure that we're doing a good job in there.
Okay. Commissioner Suchman.
So you heard my question for staff. So has the issue been COVID and reluctance of customers to have companies come in and do the work?
Yes, and also there's no incentive. We asked our customers to give up hours of their day to get the weatherization done. Sometimes they might have to take off work, or they're elderly and don't want anyone in the home, and so COVID did contribute to that. Also, they get large MEP grants, energy assistance. So sometimes I'll call them and say, you're going to be scheduled for weatherization. And they're like, I don't need it, I got help. So it's a MEP grant that covered their winter bills. So then they don't want us to come in. So it's hard to convince them to do the audit, at least get the audit done to see what we can do to make their home more comfortable. But if they don't, they
Well,
wait.
but I'm assuming the grant is not covering the full amount of the bill.
In some instances, yes.
Oh, it does?
It does.
Okay.
The
So-
entire heating season. So if you weigh people coming in your home for 3 days a week with, I don't need that, I got MEP. I get that a lot.
Okay, because that seems like then a lost opportunity. We're sort of throwing money out in a way that we don't need to.
Yes.
So presumably they would need less of a grant if you could come in and weatherize the home.
Correct. Correct.
So is Columbia recommending that we do something to sort of better manage? You know, we have limited numbers of resources, and so if we can find a way to weatherize homes that need weatherization and then have less of a need for the grant, that money can go someplace else. And as you probably know, there's a bit of a shortage now on available LIHEAP money. So, you know, does Columbia have an idea of how we can sort of better manage the program, or you can better manage the program, or we can help you to better manage the program?
I mean, I can only say what we do in our Pennsylvania programs is that when they're in our customer assistance program, we do require the homes that are high users to go through our weatherization program. So if they're using a lot of energy and they're getting our customer assistance program, which is the Pennsylvania program, we do ask them to go through the program when at all possible.
Okay, and we don't do that here.
No.
And that's a requirement from the commission?
Yes.
Okay, I guess it's something we need to think about. Mr. Chairman, I would be in favor of maybe asking Columbia to come back in 6 months and let us know how you're doing in terms of outreach and gaining customer interest in the program, to the extent that you have gone through the 50,000 and it looks like you're successfully reaching out. I would be in favor of increasing the amount so that you can reach more customers. Does that sound like something the company would be supportive of?
I think we would do that, yes.
Okay. So, any other questions, Commissioner Barbe?
Yeah, how many customers do you have in Maryland, roughly?
400,000?
Okay, thank you.
So, have you thought about trying to involve either DHCD or the weatherization entities that do the work in Allegheny and Washington County as part of the outreach to help convince people that, you know, hey, you really ought to let this happen, even if you don't think you need it?
Yes, we have. We work closely, our energy assistance team works closely with, for MEP applications and things like that. So those offices are aware of the weatherization program, and we cooperate with them all the time.
But, I mean, are they part of the outreach to, what I'm thinking about are these customers who feel like, oh, I don't need this and don't want to be bothered with it, to try and convince them that, look, you know, for your long-term good, you know, you might want to take advantage of this, even if you don't think you need it right now. I mean, I'm familiar with, you know, how people out that way can be stubborn about stuff, but maybe, you know, hearing from somebody else other than you as to why they ought to do this might get them engaged.
I agree, and we do ask them when they have people coming in to fill out applications and they're coming back numerous times and or calling back in for more help. We do ask their workers to please refer to our program. And if
Okay.
they're eligible, I get a notification and I'm on it. So.
All right, okay. All right, well, with that, any other questions, anybody? Okay, so with that, let me move that we approve the company's WarmWise Low-Income Usage Reduction Program with the changes recommended by staff in its comments dated May 17, 2024, and direct the company to file a clean copy of its tariff to revise its EE rider effective May 30, 2024, and then have the company provide the commission a report on the program's activities by November 1, 2024. And one of the reasons why I want to do that is I want to get a look-see of the program before we're well into the heating season. So we still have some time to, you know, make some adjustments if we need to. So with that, Commissioner.
Did the OPC ever opine about the audit process they have that every 25, yeah, I guess every...
No, I think their letter said they were fine with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so can I just...
Sure.
So OPC is good with the audit process that Columbia spelled out, is that correct?
My understanding after speaking with counsel is that the current audit process prior to this filing involves the subcontractors inspecting their own work, which of course they should always do. But I still personally, I think it's a little unclear as to whether different entities will be doing that. That is what counsel suggested to me, and I just want to ensure that the weatherization assistance program providers are the ones doing the final quality control inspection.
Okay, and what I think I heard is the company does, I think, is it every 1/4 of the projects? So is that an acceptable kind of check on the work?
I
to
think
OPC?
there's, Commissioner Richard, I believe there are two different levels of review here. So the subcontractor performs the work. We would like to see somebody else do a final quality control inspection, which council stated to me that would be the weatherization assistance program providers who are distinct from the subcontractors. And then approximately 1/4 of homes, or at least 1/4 of homes, receive a BPI certified auditor. Is that it? Yes. So I think there's two different levels of inspection that we would like to see, and I understand that they're already happening, but we just want to ensure that that first level of inspection is a different entity than the entity that performs the work.
Oh, okay, wait, go ahead.
I'm just curious, from our side and perhaps from OPC, do we have any evidence of records of complaints about weatherization in Western Maryland?
I am Commissioner Barbe. I personally am not aware of that. Counsel on the phone was not certain at the time that she talked to me, and we were having these conversations late
Sure.
yesterday. So I personally am not aware of that.
All right, well, okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Ruthie Herman, on behalf of staff. I've just been consulting with EAP, and we don't know of any, but we haven't asked.
Okay, well,
Okay.
so why don't we fix it this way? As part of this report that you're going to file November 1st, 2024, include descriptions and explanations of the review and oversight of the work that's actually being done and the verification that the results are fine. Does that work? Okay. Commissioner Sussman.
Aye.
Commissioner Barbe. Commissioner Richard.
Aye.